Which one is better, yen or Australian dollar? Which strategies work best? What is the best time to trade popular currency pairs? Hello everyone, my name is Victoria and I'm glad to see you on my YouTube channel. In this video, we will continue to analyze the currency pairs for trading binary options. Let's get down to business. In the previous video, you learned some of the currency pairs that binary options traders trade on. They are EUR USD, GBP USD, and USD CHF. The Canadian dollar is the main currency pair in the American region. It is quite attractive for traders due to political stability. A large amount of information and up-to-date statistics on CAD provides the basis for multi-factor analysis and allows you to make a comprehensive forecast. Let's look at the fundamental factors. The American economy primarily influences the quotation. The next factor is going to be oil prices. Economic stability gives the CAD the same status as the Swiss franc. Therefore, during periods of instability, the CAD rate always strengthens. And now let's take a look at what happens in technical analysis. The pair is considered quite technical. The main strategy is medium and long-term trend, due to frequent false breakouts in non-American trading sessions with the largest volumes. We also take into account the following. Despite the fact that almost 60% of traders are in the underlying asset, cross rates with CAD can also give good profits, even on scalping. It is better to trade short-term movements in the European EUR CAD, GBP CAD, and CHF CAD, and Asian AUD CAD and CAD JPY sessions. Therefore, strict money management is mandatory. The next currency I want to look at is USD JPY, the main currency pair of the Asian region with an average of 14 of daily turnover. Japan's GDP ranks third after the United States and China. The lack of natural resources makes the country dependent on the imports, especially oil. A fall or rise in its price causes a corresponding reaction in the yen. Let's see what we have on fundamental analysis. Important news and statistics can be found in the economic calendar, but two factors create especially strong movement: actions of a central bank and change in the Nikkei 225 stock index. And on the technical analysis, we get the following. The yen is considered difficult to analyze, but the main patterns are slower than other major currency pairs. The most active time within the day is the opening of the London Stock Exchange. Day of the week is Wednesday, and most candlestick patterns do not work well on time frames below the daily ones. The situation with price cases is the opposite. You can trade on shorter intervals, not lower than M15 as shown in the chart. There is also synchronicity with the movement of the American S&P 500, but this only matters if the deals last more than a month. Let's move on to the next currency pair, which is AUD USD. It takes up 6% of the daily turnover of the binary options market. You probably heard that the basis of the Australian economy is the extraction of mineral resources, which means that there is a higher dependence on changes in the world prices for these assets. The commodity component continues to influence the rate. Just look at the regular synchronous movements of the chart of the AUD USD pair and the charts of gold. So what do we have on fundamental analysis? The main news is the change of the discount rate of the Reserve Bank of Australia. Currently, it is 1.5%, which makes the country an attractive target for the foreign investment, primarily in non-mining sectors. A low rate does not make it possible to make money using the carry trade strategy. Let's get down to the technical analysis and strategy. The highest volumes and volatility of this main currency pair are observed at the opening of the European session, namely London, and 3 hours of the American session when they overlap. Then there is a decline. In Asia, there may be a short-term hits on strong news. It is best to stick to classic trend strategies. As can be seen from the graph, movements in the EUR USD are repeated, but without any sharp impulses, which is good for beginners. If you use multi-currency analysis other than Euro, it is best to monitor USD CAD, AUD CAD, and USD JPY. And the last currency pair is NZD USD, one of the top 3 Asian major currency pairs with 9% of the market volume. The agricultural sector accounts for more than 50% of New Zealand's output. There are also reserves of silver, energy resources, about 15% of the total need, the rest is imported, which makes the exchange rate dependent on world prices. There is also a developed tourism sector, which is making an increasing contribution. The need to analyze markets adjacent to binary options often discourages beginners. This is certainly not the best approach. On the other hand, a calm, mostly trending movements without frequent speculations is perfect for newcoming traders. And now what do we have on the fundamental factors? Macroeconomics data is published quite rarely, which simplifies analysis. But you need to trade. Large players can start speculating on smaller events, so we don't need to follow the media and official websites. Technical analysis and strategy. The best way to trade NZD USD is to use trend strategies with moderate risks. Despite the strong influence on fundamental factors, it is quite possible to work only on technical indicators during periods of absence of speculation. Additional features of the pair. Stable liquidity is maintained throughout the day. Total volatility rarely exceeds 100 points. A strong reaction, usually accompanied by a gap to the release of national statistics, is observed only in the case of a strong discrepancy between the actual data and the forecast. If the difference is small, there may be no fluctuations at all. In addition to those listed, many experts and analysts include the Chinese yuan, or rather the USD-CHN pair, which is a version for trading outside the country. Almost all brokers have access to the asset. The rate is practically no different from the official rate and can be used to analyze the general situation on binary options, especially during Asian session. By the way, in my Telegram channel, I publish deals every day so that you can find them for yourself and try to make money. Link to the Telegram channel is in the description below. Now let's look at a few deals in practice. So let's take a practical look at how these currency pairs work. I will open the currency pairs that we talked about today. Well, at the moment we can only trade on 3 out of 4 pairs that we discussed today. Moreover, to have a fairly good payout percentage, more than 70%, and the Australian dollar has 54%. Let's start with $100. So I opened the first deal for $100, Australian dollar, American dollar, 2 minutes. Let's go. So the deal went well. We see an active trend, an upward clear active trend. We see lines of support. Here we have several of them. So let's find the next entry point. Okay, for the next trade, let's take currency pair JPY. Let me remind you that it is quite difficult to analyze this currency pair, so we now take actual risks. But let's see how the deal pays out anyway. Great, the deal went well. We earned almost 130%. It's an excellent result. Let's see how the last currency pair of US dollar and yen performed. We see the support and resistance levels. They're very, very clear. And we see that the chart bounced of the support level and it went up. I advise newbie traders to use such popular binary options currency pairs as EUR-USD and GBP-USD. As for the experienced traders, I advise to use pairs such as EUR-USD, GBP-USD, AUD-USD, NZD-USD, USD-CHF, and USD-JPY. These currency pairs, in my opinion, are the most popular and have a small spread. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comment section. Like this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!